Well, fellas and ladies, it is time to review Memoir of a Snail, the latest from writer-director Adam Elliott, his first feature film in like over a decade, even after the excellent Mary Max, which if you haven't seen it, I suggest you do that. And this one is yet another stop-motion animated film, and it follows the recounting of the life of a woman named Grace, who has suffered tragedy after misfortune after another tragedy. She's also obsessed with snails to a metaphorical degree. So yeah, this movie really got me. This movie really pulled me in almost instantly, really. The movie starts with a really long panning shot of a bunch of, like, knickknacks in stop motion. And just instantly, I just kind of was like, this just looks fascinating. The animation in this movie is really interesting. I like how this feels so uniquely one vision just by the animation alone. I'm not an animation expert. I don't know how to fucking explain, like, the style of, like, the characters. But you'll know it when you see they have such a unique, like, dopey look to each of the characters. The way the eyes like look, how like it's so embedded into their head, gives the eyes so much expression for like clay. Like I said, this is just one big directorial like vision. This is like an artist's vision through and through. I love the tone that Adam Elliott established with this movie. Like, the movie's in on one inside joke that is just so dark. This movie's very darkly funny, like, and how it approaches the consistent tragedy of this woman's life. This whole movie is essentially this one woman, played by Sarah Snook, wonderfully, by the way, recounting her life. And basically is talking about one after another, just all the misfortunes that happen to her. Some misfortunes are, like, given the weight they, like, need, how it's just so tragic. But then others are kind of been, like, it just keeps happening. It's kind of funny. And the movie doesn't pull back on it. It's just like, this is too much stuff happening to this one woman. It's starting to get a little funny. There is an absurd sense of humor with this movie that I was very willing to laugh along with. And none of the misfortunes or tragedy feel like they're just trying to tug you, trying to be like, hey, you crying yet? You crying yet? You crying? No, I feel like it's very natural. Adam Elliott did a really good job of pacing it. Nothing overtly tragic brought me to tears. It's more what happened at the end that made me cry the most, and it's made me more happy. That's the thing about this movie. This movie will definitely show you just how fucking awful one person's life can be, and you can even pull some of your own experiences from life into what this Grace woman is dealing with. But the movie's not nihilistic. The movie actually kind of feels like an antidote to sorrow, where it's like, yeah, no, shit's gonna happen. Deal with it. It's obviously a very aggressive way of putting it, but that is kind of what it is. And I mean that in the positive way. They do kind of spoon feed you the message a little bit. Almost the whole movie is narrated, which comes with its problems, but I did kind of enjoy the narration aspect of the movie. It did kind of feel like I was reading a book, but I had really awesome visuals to go along with it. The only time a issue presented itself to me through this narration was when it kind of came to the message, and it was directly telling you what the message was. That was the only moment that I was like, okay, I feel like even though I'm still impacted, I do feel it blunted a little bit, but it still worked. I still found it very effective with its messaging. That we watched this Grace woman just kind of get fucking rung through the ringer, like so much so that she's born with a split lip. And we do kind of see her justifiably kind of just lay back and be like, I don't know, I give up. We don't blame her for that. There's no judgment towards Grace at all, which I think that was very purposeful from Adam Elliott. But it is kind of about seeing how she goes from there, and I think it is pretty powerful. Also, this movie's not about a snail. I thought so too going in, but it's not about a snail. But you'll see where the snail stuff comes from in the movie. But by the end, I found myself crying. I found myself like genuinely water-eyed and like teary, because what Adam Elliott was able to pull off was very sincere, very effective, and yeah, very funny, but also very like hopeful. And like that's just kind of what I want to see with a movie. Even the most fucked up, twisted movies, if you can leave after all that feeling a sense of hope, like you had a good time, that's fucking great for me. In the end, I couldn't help but feel emotionally devastated and satisfied all at once with Memoir of a Snail. It may pigeon feed its message to you, however, Adam Elliott successfully struck a perfect balance between the darkly comedic and the tragedy to create a wholly unique experience that's life-affirmingly worthwhile. And I'm giving Memoir of a Snail 9 snails out of 10. He's got a weird thing with snails. Again, there's a reason why but I don't want to reveal everything. I can't recommend this one enough. I don't think I think I like it less than Mary and Max, but they're both excellent. If you have the opportunity, go see both. Alrighty, that's it. Like, subscribe, and share, and that's the end of the. Okay, my door closed on itself. That's great. That's a ghost.